So I found myself in the Hickory Hollow area, and I thought it might be cool to take a quick look at the Nashville SC training facility that's under construction here in the Century Farms development, and it looks like it's actually done. Has the team already moved in? Did I miss an announcement about that? I don't remember hearing about them officially moving in, but I thought they were still out at Curry Ingram. But I mean, the fields are there, the building looks pretty much complete. It is quite the nice looking facility. You can definitely see there's still some maybe construction stuff set up over there where maybe they're putting some finishing touches on it, but this looks pretty nice. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Uncle Matt. It is another Nashville SC match day. We're headed to Geodis Park. I think I'm going to have to grab a raincoat. Hang tight. All right, got the raincoat now. It is the worst kind of weather day here in Nashville where it's like 10 degrees away from being perfect. It's just rainy enough to be annoying. It's not like a full-on downpour or just overcast, whatever, but it is what it is. This is what we missed last year when Nashville SC didn't have a home match till like late May last season. We got to go straight into the summer matches where it was like 100 bajillion degrees and we were sitting directly in the sun. That was my hand right there. Hey. Today, Nashville SC host from the Great White North, our friends from up there, We've got Toronto FC. I don't know why I started doing that accent. That was weird. Toronto FC comes to town. I'm wearing my Stars and Stripes Nashville SC kit today to represent our country against their country. Should be a fun match. I think both teams are still kind of in like a early season, kind of figuring themselves out type situation. Both have like key injuries they got to deal with. Toronto FC is without Insigne. Nashville SC is without Leal for the like 50th game in a row. It's really weird what's going on with him like at this point in time, because it was like played the first match, he looked brilliant. It looked like he was going to be top tier Randall Leal this season. No indication that he was hurt, no indication there was an injury until like he posted like a weird Instagram post like the day of our second match that he was, that kind of was like one of those like weird like I'm coming back stronger than ever before type Instagram post. And everybody's like, oh no, is Randall Leal injured? And we haven't seen him since. No indication he's returned to training. The early indication was it was an aggravation of the injury he was dealing with during preseason. But so I don't know if like they're kind of like slow playing his return to make sure that injury fully heals this time. I don't know if he aggravated it more severely than they're letting on, but it's definitely becoming a concern that there's, not only has he been out, but there's like no sign of him returning, because the Nashville SC playbook, I don't know if this is a Gary thing, I don't know if this is like a training staff thing, but the Nashville SC playbook seems to be when a player's out injured, they've got to be back in training for at least a week or two before they're like fully brought back into the team. So it's kind of the troubling thing with Leal being out still is that it's not that he's just out today. It's not that he was just out last week. The fact that he's still out indicates, he's probably out for 2 more weeks at the least. So would love to have him back today. We could definitely use him today, but, should be a fun match nonetheless. The rain, the cold, we're welcoming our Canadian brethren down with a little bit of maybe they're more used to snow, but we're definitely not giving them the bright Nashville spring weather they would maybe have hoped for if any of the Toronto fans are traveling down. But should be a fun match. Both teams seem to be open. Both teams seem to want to attack a little bit. That's not true. Nashville SC doesn't always want to attack, but I feel like today is the type of match where they're going to want to attack. I liked what we saw last week with the more direct, more going over the top with Fafa Picault type attacking stuff. Will we see more of that? Could this be the shuffleboard revenge game? Does he start today and go at his former team? He had a really interesting interview with the Nashville SC backstage radio show / podcast that they've started to do on 104.5 The Zone. And he talked about, like, they asked him, like, is it who's got the advantage here? You or your former team? Do you know their ins and outs, or do they know your ins and outs? And he said he feels like he's got more of the advantage because he's playing with more confidence. He's grown as a player in his time as Nashville SC with Nashville SC, so he feels like he's got the advantage because he thinks he's a more confident, more complete player than he was in his time in Toronto. But he did say, he's very much looking forward to going head-to-head with his former teammates, the people he knows really well. So that makes for a fun matchup. Should be a good game overall. Weirdly enough, this is like the first time in a while I'll be back in my normal seats for the match because we switched over to club for a few matches. We switched over to the corner kicks last match with Jesta. So rainy, kind of mildly cold day. Maybe not the best day to go back to our normal seats, but you can only do the upgrade so many times before the bank account is drained. So we will be back in our normal seats today, but looking forward to it. Really excited to be back at Geodis Park for another Nashville SC match day. Let's go. All right, so before we head to Geodis, I had a couple friends that invited me to meet them over at the Black Abbey Brewing Company for, I guess, drinks. I don't know what Black Abbey is. Is it a beer company or a whiskey company? I don't know. Just seemed like a cool place to hang out before the match. All right, fun stop off at Black Abbey here. Their golden ale is 2 for 1 on match days, so good to know for those of you out there that are drinkers that might come and have a drink before a match. I'm not a drinker myself, obviously, but I did sample the golden ale just for reference point, and it was tasty for a beer. But I don't drink beer, so I don't drink anything. I'm not a drinker. Coming to Black Abbey.
They're all worked out so well.
My old nightmares. The murder stairs. They continue. All right, we are back in Geodis Park. Big match today. All right, for food tonight, I'm going to go with the mid-tin Melts Philly cheesesteak. I don't think I've had this before. I might have, though. I might have just completely forgot that I already had this, but we're going to go with this tonight.
And now, entering the pitch, escorted by Chevrolet player mascots. Please welcome Toronto FC and your Nashville Soccer Club!
Let's go, boys! Come on, you boys in gold! Woo!
God, keep on living, glorious and free.
There's some TFC fans up there somewhere.
And the Rockets ran
Alright, so the Philly cheesesteak stand was way too backed up. I'll never call out another grill cook, but they definitely could not figure out how to get those Philly cheesesteaks out fast. They were using the worst possible method to get those cheesesteaks out, so we'll get food later. Let's go! You're on Mikael Bradley! You beautiful bald man, you! Little Michael Bradley backstory here. The first time I shaved my head, I did it because Michael Bradley scored twice for USA versus Mexico, and I was like, that guy's a baller. I gotta shave my head. 2-0 in Columbus. Never forget. Currently observing a minute of silence for the victims of the Covenant School shooting. You would normally see a lot more activity from the support section in the corner kick situation.
Come on, Richard! All right, honey!
This week
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Go, baby! Ow. One thing Nashville SC could definitely stand to improve on is in-stadium replays on the video boards. We just had a yellow card for Fafa Picault, a foul deep in that should have been a foul for us. We haven't got a replay of either one of them, so I don't know how to judge either one of them, but it'd be nice if the video boards would replay either one of those decisions. All right, try to go back for a Philly at the Tennessee Melt stand, and they're just struggling to get those sandwiches out there. I don't understand why. Like, you got the whole flat top there to cook and get stuff out fast. Like, I don't understand why, like, that's like the slowest food service they've got here. You know, never want to throw anybody else under the bus, like a fellow, like, you know, cook. But I mean, like, you got to figure out how to get those sandwiches out, brother. All right, so since the Philly people can't figure it out, we're gonna go with some mac and cheese. All right, so I'm pretty sure before I had the pork belly mac and cheese, so today I got the buffalo chicken mac and cheese since the Philly station was a complete disaster. So I think the problem with the Philly station was, like, the dude who's cooking the Phillies is trying to cook them individually. You've got the whole flat top. Cook all the steak, cook all the onions, just keep it cycling out, man. You've got a line, you know you've got people waiting for the food. Like, don't try to make individual sandwiches. Just, like, throw all the beef down, throw all the onions down, mass produce. There's 30,000 people here. Just my take. All right, here we go, buffalo mac and cheese. Not great. Alright, so this is just not very good. I mean, it's like, it's not mac and cheese because the mac is just noodles. There's no mac and cheese. The pasta is just like normal pasta. There's no cheese to it. So it's like pasta with some buffalo chicken thrown on top of it. The pork belly that I had before was better. Because, like, before it was like actual mac and cheese. This is just the mac and no cheese. Oh, these new goalkeeper jerseys are kind of nice. I like this because it's just such a variation of everything else we've had. We got come printed with the Wilson on the back. Whew. Hats have been cleaned out and scarves. This Tiempo plush is the item of the match. I don't think I need this. We're following Tempo. He's out amongst the masses. Almost bought his little stuff thing, but then decided not to. Shuffleboard just had a decent run down the right side. Created a decent attack, but he looks to be favoring his leg. Hopefully he's not hurt. Come on, Shuffleboard. He's definitely coming off, though, as the next substitution, I would suspect. Sapong's scoreless drought continues. Unreal. Shuffleboard staying in. It's good to see. Good sign. Dangerous spot here for Bernadeschi, who scored in Olympico recently. Ooh, good block by the wall. That's what we need right there. Oof. Gold and the blue, I'll never give up on you. All right, 0-0 final score. Exact type of game we didn't want to play. They gave us the ball too much. We just can't create anything. We've got no scoring options when we have the ball too much. We want to counterattack, just can't do anything. Can't do anything when we actually have the ball. It's the weirdest thing in the world. All right, we're back home now. That result sucked. I mean, like, we can't lose. We didn't lose. 0-0 draw to Toronto at home. Just created nothing. Like, I mean, like, it was like Toronto took the FC Cincinnati playbook. It was just like, let Nashville SC have the ball. They don't know what to do when they have the ball. They only want to counterattack. They don't know how to. They don't know how to possess. Give us all the possession is the way to beat us, or the way to get a result at Geodis Park. Just give us all the possession, because we had all the possession tonight and just like could not create anything. It has to be counterattacking football. It has to be Fafa over the top. It has to be Hani finding the space between the lines. But just Toronto, did the same thing FC Cincinnati did, where it's just like, give them the ball, let them see if they can figure anything out, and we could not. It was incredibly frustrating, especially when you look at what we've got coming up in terms of the matches we have coming up. LAFC is coming up. Fixture list does not get any easier. The 0-0 draw that feels like a loss. Like, I keep saying loss because it feels like a loss in that regard, because this is the matches we have coming up. This is one where we need to get 3 points. A home match, we needed to get 3 points, and we did not. I mean, to Toronto fans, my guy Richard, might have some feedback on this. They want to get some results because they're like, I think they're now like 0-1-5 or like 1-0-5 or something like that. But like, this is a draw that should be felt like a win, because like they had the strategy, they had the way to play. We did not. We just, had all the ball, but just don't know how to score goals if we're not just like breaking and counterattacking. So, sucked. Not a great result. Crappy weather day here in Nashville. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit bitter. Whatever. It's early days. A lot of season left to play, and the new MLS format. I keep forgetting the new MLS playoff format. Like, everybody couldn't make the playoffs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Stupidest thing in the world, but it is what it is. More to come in the future. Come on, you boys in gold. We will always be there to support them. More matches to come. More support to come. Stay tuned. Come on, you boys in gold.